about to turn it up.
Hey guys, I just want to thank everyone who participated in my videos. I got so many answers for 8 questions and I was amazed. I just want to go through the questions and just see what people answered and what I usually expected from people. Do you believe there is lack of diversity in the fashion industry? Mostly everyone answered yes, and obviously I do agree. While doing this project, I realized there is a change or there's a movement to solve this problem from where I started in September and now in June. There's so much diversity, or that little speck of diversity that's dropped into Instagram or Twitter or anywhere out there. I follow so many, after I started this project, I started following all these modeling industries and fashion designers, and usually when a designer comes out with a new product, they usually use models to portray their product, and they put it out there into so many different ways. But now, instead of huge billboards or signs like you see in New York City, now it's all through Instagram, and their website or their feed is covered in different types of models. And I realized there's a lot of women of color now, and even plus size models. I know there's not like a whole bunch of plus size model in the industry, but there are at least 1 or 2 that do stand out, and I'm very proud of the industry for doing that. Well, obviously it's not the big picture, but it's getting there, and I'm very proud of the industry for saying that or doing that or portraying their product in a positive way so other people can see themselves buying it instead of just the Caucasian models per se. Have we lost sight of racism in the fashion industry? Everybody that I interviewed was a little hesitant to call it racism, but I wanted to include that word because I wanted to know, do people see models not being hired as racism, or is it the industry, is it the people, is it the designers? I wanted to know, is it racism? But most of the people said it's not. It's way the designer portrays their product, and I think that's a good answer because it's not the color or it's not the culture, it's the people. Number 3, about how many albino models have you seen? And I only know 1. It's sad, but yes, I only know 1, and actually I know 2. I recently saw a picture of a girl who was albino, but yes, I've seen 2 so far, and that's really sad. There should be more, but sadly they're not put out there more so that people can see them. But yes, I know 2. Transgender models. Most people said no, I haven't seen any, or yes, I have seen 1. Like Tina said, she knew 1 transgender models, and yes, she is one of the transgender models to actually get a contract, and I'm very proud of her and admire her so much. But she didn't get that far, and I want her to get that far. I want her to succeed in her job, because just because she's transgender doesn't mean anything. She's good at her job, and if she is good at her job, she should be put forth farther out there. Number 5, recently there have been an influx of plus size models, but why do we only see female plus size models, and why is it non-existent in male? I watched this documentary on male models, male plus size models, and there's only a few that actually made it into the model industry, and they made it by luck. They had to spend their own money and own efforts and everything. They pushed themselves to the fullest, and they met the right people, and that's how they got into the industry. And not a lot of people get to meet the right people, and it kind of pulls them back, you know what I mean? They don't have that platform, like Tina said. They don't have that platform to get out there and meet people and get into that studio, you know what I mean, where they belong, or that runway, or anywhere a modeling industry should put a plus size male model of color or not. Number 6, in the few plus size models that are represented, do you think they are correctly portrayed? What the actual plus size people look like? This was a question that Judy and Tina completely just took apart. Judy, what she thought was Photoshop and Illustrator, and I completely forgot about those things, because we kind of forget about those things when we think about plus size models or any other type of models, I guess, or people, that after these models are photographed, they're actually taken into Photoshop and made even skinnier or even more toned and I guess fake in a way. It's sad to say, but fake. And I never thought of that for plus size models. It's absolutely true. I watched a commercial for plus size model, like bathing suits for plus size models. They are photoshopped, and I completely forgot about that. And thanks for Judy for reminding me that that does exist, and how a model looks and how real people do look does change when even that model itself does look different after Photoshop. So I completely forgot about that, and thank you for Judy for reminding me. Number 7, why do you think people of different ethnicities or backgrounds are not getting hired as models? I watched this documentary about this model of color, and she was trying to get a job, and I guess she hired this camera crew to go through her day or month or whatever she went through to get that job. And the camera crew followed her, and every time she goes to get a job, she shows them how she walks, how she carries herself, and then they measure her for how skinny she is. And the only problem her butt was a little bigger, or her hip was a tiny bit bigger than a model should be. And that's the limits people put on modeling. So when a plus size model gets into the industry, are they measured a certain way? Are they seen how they are they asked how they carry themselves? What are the requirements for that? I'm not sure how plus size models would be included in that, but her problems were she didn't fit into the white girl, Caucasian, small fitting, petite size for a runway model, which was really upsetting. And through the documentary ends, she still didn't find a job, which was really upsetting. I mean, I guess it's the size, and it's I guess it wasn't her color, it wasn't her ethnicity, it was her body size that mattered for that company, I guess. I'll link that video somewhere on the website so you can go watch it. It's really good. Number 8. What are some ways for the fashion industry to become more accepting when they could convince authorities to diversify fashion? The whole point of fashion is to show people that they could be whatever they want, is to have clothes that express themselves, and we shouldn't cut back on people just because of their size, ethnicity, gender, sexual orientation, anything. And it is upsetting, but I feel like the company should lower limits. I feel like the size is one big thing. A model shouldn't only be an A cup, and you know what I mean, there's people of different sizes. Or for a hip size shouldn't be 26. That's scary. But that measuring tape should break, and there should be different sizes and different ethnicities and different people in general, and the culture, and just there's so many different people out there, it should be shown in the industry that represents people and expression and art. So I feel like a way that people could try to go against, I'm not gonna say fight back, but in a way that they should force it upon the companies, I could say, is boycotting. And Professor Broadway, if you watched the video, the other video somewhere on this website, he said at the end of the video that a way you can convince authority is by telling them what's going on, telling them you're upset. There's nobody Indian in my way, there's nobody in the industry that looks like me, or height or weight or language or anything, and there is I'm a very minority of the minority of the minorities, and she's not there, or he's not there. So it's very upsetting, but recording is a good way, or posting about it, or asking people what they think about it. That's a way to bring our voice, or like make our voices louder by letting other people know. That's why I did this project. This project, I got really like passionate about it because it is true. There's a lot of people in this world. There's beautiful cultures and beautiful people, and they should all be brought into this world and shown and presented, because they're all beautiful, and we should know people for who they are, or more what they are in a way, and everybody should be presented this world equally. And I feel like there should be more models, and there should be, fashion itself should be open and limitless. So I think this project was very eye-opening, and I thank everyone and everything in this world for helping me with my project. And thanks to Miss Sebastian, because I would have never thought of this project, because obviously I'm a fashion design major, and obviously I would go straight into design, but I'm kind of glad I went off the design part of it, but I went into an aspect of fashion that I would never thought of, or would be a part of, but wouldn't focus on so much. So I'm very thankful and grateful for the time people took to be in my video and support me and help me. So thank you so much.